welcome back to Beauty and to my 5th update for my project 100 uses. In this project, I try to get a good amount of use, in particular 100 uses, out of my color cosmetics. I will link the introductory video as well as the playlist that has the introductory video as well as all of my updates in the description box as well as in the cards, because I don't feel like making, or more importantly editing, a super long video today, and I think I have a lot to get through. So let's just jump right in to eyeshadow, and we'll start with the one new thing that came into my collection this month, and this is the Profusion Glam palette. It's pretty neutral. It's got these really lovely super basic mattes and then a couple of pretty neutral shimmers and a few really colorful shimmers. I've had this since December 14th, so exactly a month as I'm filming this, and in that time I have used it 8 times. I think 9 now. I think I tallied this up before I did my makeup this morning. But it's very pretty. I really enjoy it, and if you would like to see a review on this, let me know. My big goal for this month is to actually use this orange. I believe I have swatched it, though looking really closely I can't even be sure that I've done that. However, I know it's never been on my eye, and that seems pretty silly that I've owned an eyeshadow for a month and never actually used it. This month I wanted to start something new and mark some milestones that aren't just the 100, because that is very, very far away on a lot of items. So I'm going to be marking 20, 50, and of course the 100 uses as well. So this month I got to over 50 uses on my NYX Ultimate Edit in Ash. I have now used this 57 times, and I think you can tell that it is not actually looking like something that's been used a huge amount. There's actually a little bit of a dip on this taupey shade, and you can definitely see brush marks and finger marks in the other 5 shades, but I really thought that I would not necessarily have hit pan, but probably be closer to hitting pan in this at 57. But I guess I'm learning about just how long it really does take to pan eyeshadow. Now, the most exciting thing is that I hit the 100 uses on my Wet n Wild Rosé in the Air palette. I actually tried to repress this empty pan, and it was a fail, so that is why that is empty. There really wasn't a whole lot left. The whole reason I wanted to repress it was that I could no longer use my preferred brush to get into that shade. Now, this is not just 100 total uses. I had this palette for a year or more before I started this project. I think I'd actually hit pan in these 3 shades, but since starting the project I've hit pan in this purple, and I've expanded the pan in the other 3 shades greatly, and I'm really excited that I'm over 100. I think that's great. I'm actually way over 100. I'm at 114 now, and I'm still going to continue to use this shade every day to fill in my brows for probably quite a while. I have a couple of goals that I would like to hit over the next month as far as eyeshadow goes. I would like to get both of these to 20 uses. This ColourPop Super Shock in the shade Ladybird is at 17, so 3 uses on this. And this e.l.f. Hot Jalapeno Bite Size Quad is at 18 uses, so at least 2 on this, at least 3 on here, and both of these hopefully will be able to join the 20 club at next month's update. Another big goal that I have is to get this guy, my NYX Ultimate Utopia palette, up to 100 uses. It's currently sitting at 89, if I'm correct. Yes, 89. And I think that should be very doable. So I'm pretty excited about that. I think that this project will start being a lot more fun. It's not tedious exactly, but you know, it's more fun now that I'm starting to reach my goals on some of these products. 3 new lipsticks came into my life in the past month. 2 of them came for free for review from influencer. They're both from Dior, and they are their new Rouge Dior lipsticks. One is in the shade 100 Nude Look. It's a matte, and I have used this 6 times so far. The other, 999, is a red in a satin finish, and I have used this 3 times. I don't think those are awful counts, considering how long I've had them. However, I do want to really make a point of using these because I would be devastated if these went bad on me. They're so nice, and I really do enjoy them a lot. It would really be a shame if I had to toss them. The other lip product I purchased as part of a set, and it is just a little baby. It is the Tarte Jelly Glaze in the shade Strawberry Jelly. I really enjoy this. I've used it quite a bit, actually. I've used it 9 times. It gives a little bit of color. I don't know how well I'm going to be able to show this without wasting product, but it's a pink color. It gives a little bit of tint to the lips, but I use it largely as a lip mask rather than a lip color. However, it does also just look pretty, and I'm actually kind of surprised by how much it seems like there still is in here. When I received this, I was like, oh, that's gonna last 3 uses, but I think there's actually a really nice amount of product in here. I'm quite impressed. I have my Sephora Always Red cream lip stain, and I'm wearing it today for the first time in I think 3 months. So need to use this. I've only used it 4 times the entire time that I've owned it. We have 3 lipsticks that I've hit the 20 mark goal on. The first is the Wet n Wild Peach Perfect lipstick. And here is that. It's starting to become less than structurally sound, which not great, but honestly it's lasted longer than any other Wet n Wild lipstick I've ever owned while looking somewhat okay. So that's not good, but not as bad as it could be. I've used this 22 times. I've also been getting some really good use out of my Revlon Super Lustrous lipsticks. I actually bought these about a month into this project, so they haven't even been in the whole time, but the shade Sassy Mauve is now at 21 uses. And the shade Secret Club is up to 25. Now, unfortunately, I didn't think to actually save these lipsticks. I do, however, have pictures of them in my Project Pan video, which I will also. But I finished 2 lip products this month. The first was the ColourPop Just a Tint in the shade A Go Go. I ended up needing to use that exactly 50 times to finish it up from where I was at the start of this project, and I find that number extremely gratifying that it was exactly 50. I also finished up my Wet n Wild Great Correlation lip gloss. I ended up needing to use that 57 times, and I'm so glad that those are both out of my collection. I want to bring my numbers down a little bit. Now moving on to cheeks. I did bring in this Bare Minerals Gen Nude blush. This is in the shade Calm It Blush. I actually don't plan to use this a whole lot in the upcoming months. I want to focus on and pan my Tarte Harmony blush, and I bought this largely as a backup replacement product. So I intended to leave it completely untouched, but when my Sephora order came to me, it was completely frozen, so I felt like I needed to break out the minis, which the Tarte product came in the same little kit, and make sure that they were still functioning. So I have used this 3 times, and I imagine that I'll use it once or twice a month going forward, but I'm not super pressed yet about getting this to 100. Now, something that did not go well this month was the Milk Makeup Lip and Cheek Tint in the shade Work. I have used this a total of 23 times, which isn't so bad. However, I've used it exactly once in the past month, and I think I used it twice the month before that. So we're gonna do better this month, and I think I'd like to get this up to 28 uses. So 5 uses over the course of the month. That seems very reasonable. I do like this both on the lips and on the cheeks, and I don't necessarily wear it both places all the time, so I feel that should be very doable. And I don't want things like this to go bad. It is a cream product. I know they don't last forever. I mean, it says 12 months on it. It'll be 12 months in April. I assume it will not actually go bad in April, but you need to be cognizant of the fact that it does have an expiration date. I did hit a goal this month on my Mega Glow highlighting palette. I got this to 56 uses, so great. I mean, it's starting to look fairly worn. This you will also see in the Project Pan video, so I'm not going to worry too much about showing usage on this right now because it's really hard to get a good photo of this thing with its super holographic packaging. In addition to using that Milk Makeup stick, my biggest goal for my cheek products this next month is on this Hummingbird Hype highlighter. I feel like I should hold it so you can actually see the bird right side up. I have used this 44 times since this project began, so I want to get at least 6 more uses in the next month to get up to 50. I don't think that should be too difficult. I have used this 14 times in the past month, I think, so 6 times in the next month should be very achievable. And finally, my little miscellaneous category. My glitter primer I've been using steadily. I've actually been using quite a bit of glitter the past month, so I've used my glitter primer 9 times, bringing it to 30 uses. 2 products that have not been getting as much love are the 2 liners that I own. I have this Twist Up liner from Wet n Wild. It's in a very dark brown shade. I don't actually have a ton of this left. I've used this only 16 times though since the project began, and only once in the last month. The other liner I own, a mini size of the Kat Von D tattoo liner, I have used also 1 time in the past month for a total of 14 times. So my goal is to use each of these 5 times over the next month, and that will put this one in the 20 uses club and this one very close. Hopefully I could just do this 6 times and it would also get to join the 20 uses club. So there is where this project sits right now. I think that I made some good progress this month, and I am really looking forward to hopefully adding 1 or 2 products to the 100 club next time. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you'll consider liking and subscribing if you enjoyed, and I am looking forward to next time. See ya!